Their performance last week against Kansas was terrible. It was awful. And as a coach, you've got to own that. Did I not prepare my team well enough? You know, because Colorado, Jason, this is where I'll be critical of the Buffs. So listen to me closely. When Colorado is playing the game in front of them, they're very good. They're very good. When they play the game all around them, it goes off the rails really quick. You know, when it's all about the taunt after the play, and when it's all about the trash talk after the play, and it's all about how are we going to get the ball to this guy or that guy, depending on his statistics and the awards that he could win, that's when they start to struggle during the course of games. But when they go out for that series and they say, how do we succeed on this series? Let's get the quick game going. Now let's go over the top. Let's do the things necessary to make first downs and make touchdowns. Then they're very, very good. That's my knock of Colorado this year. They went out and played Kansas, and they didn't play Kansas. They were playing everything else, and that's the quickest way to be defeated.
Finally, a sports analyst that can give objective analysis on Deion Sanders. This is Sports Guy talking that you guys are watching and listening to. I am Dustin Tran, your host, as I am here today to talk about Joel Klatt roasting Deion Sanders for being unprepared against Kansas. Joel Klatt went on to Jason Whitlock's YouTube channel as a guest. He went on there to explain how Deion Sanders had a poor game coaching against Kansas. Before I say anything else, though, I want to present you guys with the topic question. So here it is. Was Joel Klatt correct in his assessment of Deion Sanders? Absolutely. I thought everything he said about Deion Sanders was the absolute truth. Obviously, there's been some good things Deion Sanders has done for the football program of Colorado, but there have also been some not so good things Deion Sanders has done at Colorado as well. Deion Sanders' game management skills leaves a lot to be desired, and when Colorado loses, man, they look entirely unprepared, and they look like a team that is unfocused. What I saw from Colorado last Saturday was a pathetic effort. They could not stop Kansas' run game whatsoever. You look at how Kansas was able to run the football all over Colorado's throats. Every time Kansas handed the football off, they were getting 10, 15-yard gains, and they were getting huge runs all game long. When you are a defense that is getting gassed by the run all game long, you know your defense is very soft, and that's exactly how Colorado played against Kansas. Colorado should have been able to handle business and beat Kansas. Colorado is a team that was in contention for the college football playoff, and they had the talent to actually back it up. However, at 3 losses, it seems like Colorado's season is already over in terms of making the college football playoff. They're probably not going to get to the Big 12 championship game. Obviously, they could still get there, but they need a win and some help along the way in order to reach the Big 12 championship game. But Colorado is not going to be a Big 12 champion this year based on the way how they played and based on how the pathway to getting there will happen. You look at how Colorado got outplayed against Kansas because their mindset was not on Kansas. When you are a football coach, your job is to remind the players you can't look ahead of the schedule. Colorado was a team that did not do that whatsoever. You look at how Colorado looked like they wanted to be anywhere but on the field against Kansas. They were already looking at the schedule the next week and already looking at how they were going to be Big 12 champions. Obviously, they looked ahead of the schedule, and as a result of that, that's how they ended up losing to Kansas by 16 points. Colorado had no business losing to Kansas by 16 points. I understand that the refs were not good whatsoever, and that's entirely fair. I thought that they were hitting Shedeur Sanders way too much, and I thought the refs were allowing dirty hits to be made on Shedeur Sanders all game long. As far as Shedeur Sanders making contact with the official, I'm not the biggest fan of it, but at the same time though, I understand what Shedeur Sanders was trying to do because he got hit on a dirty play by a Kansas player, and he did try to go after the Kansas player. Now he ends up making contact with the official, and yeah, he probably shouldn't have done that, but shoot, if I was in Shedeur Sanders' situation, I would have done the same thing myself, particularly if I had been getting hit all game long. Shedeur Sanders was getting it rough in the pocket. You also look at how Joel Klatt was able to objectively analyze Deion Sanders' work at Colorado. He was talking about how Deion Sanders did a good job turning around Colorado's football program. He has said this on several occasions, but he also noted that Deion Sanders was not properly prepared against Kansas and that he didn't do a good job keeping his team focused from keeping the main thing the main thing. Obviously, Colorado did not play a good game against Kansas. Otherwise, they would not have lost to Kansas by 16 points. I also want to show you guys this clip of Joel Klatt talking about Deion Sanders' post-game comments on his podcast. I found his reaction to those comments rather interesting. Roll the film.
Colorado was playing the game around them. They were playing the game about, if we win this one and when we win this one, we're going to go to this game and we're going to be in the playoff and we're going to win that trophy or this award. And guess what? You get beat. And that's exactly what Deion Sanders talked about at the end of the game.
Control their own destiny. And we fumbled it.
You see, this Colorado team, they reminded me more of last year's Colorado team than at any point, really, maybe since like the first game against North Dakota State. You see, Colorado's defense had been very good. Devin Neal ran all over them. Devin Neal was outstanding. He had 207 rush yards, 80 yards as a receiver, 4 total touchdowns. Colorado never stopped Kansas. That defense played as if they thought they were much better than what they were. Kansas hammered them. And congratulations to Kansas.
You serious?
Yes, we're being serious. Joel Klatt was absolutely right in his assessment on Deion Sanders. Everything he said about Deion Sanders was the absolute truth. Obviously, if you're a Colorado fan, you have to be extremely frustrated with how Colorado handled Kansas's game plan, because Kansas was able to come out there and look like the better football team. And that's going to happen when you're not playing prepared football. When you look ahead of the schedule, these are the kind of games that are going to happen. That's why you can't overlook any game in college football or any football game at any level. Anytime you underestimate an opponent, those are sometimes the most dangerous games, because those quote-unquote weak opponents are going to come out there and they're going to sneak up behind you, and before you know it, you're going to be down multiple scores in a game you should be winning. That's exactly what happened to Colorado. The way how Joel Klatt analyzed Colorado football, that's the way how you're supposed to objectively look at Deion Sanders. He didn't go fanboy mode, but he also didn't go full-time hater mode either. Even though Colorado's going to finish the season at 9 wins more than likely, it still feels like they didn't leave it their all, and that's because Deion Sanders didn't prepare them the right way against Kansas. That's going to cost them in the end. Obviously, Joel Klatt made sure to take note of it. Credit to Joel Klatt for making the right analysis and for being able to criticize Deion Sanders without coming off as being a hater, because I obviously felt the same way about Deion Sanders myself. I was disappointed with the effort the players displayed out there against Kansas. Deion Sanders did not do a good job motivating those young men for that game, and as a result of that, that's why Colorado lost by the score of 37-21 against Kansas. So that is why Joel Klatt was correct in his assessment of Deion Sanders, as Colorado got blown out to Kansas by the score of 37-21. I also want to thank you guys for supporting the channel tremendously. I appreciate it. Every time you guys hit the subscribe button and drop the like button, it means a lot to me. I also love it that you guys are also commenting down in the comment section all the time. It means a lot to me. I'm thankful for every subscriber and for every viewer that is watching my YouTube channel, because it helps our channel grow together. It means a lot to me. I'm thankful for that. I'm obviously thanking for you guys because Thanksgiving is coming around the corner. Thanksgiving is tomorrow, and I wanted to give thanks for you guys. The next video that will be coming out is going to be on Friday. Appreciate the time that you guys are having with each other together. Spend time with family, eat good food, enjoy some good football, and enjoy quality time together, because these days are not going to always come along. So when those days come along, you need to be appreciative of what you have instead of crying about what you don't have. I'm appreciative of everything that's gone on for this channel. The support that you guys give me each and every day is absolutely incredible. I appreciate you guys a lot. Remember, go ahead and subscribe to Sports Guy Talking. Like the video and please comment down below. If you guys do that, I'm gonna shout you guys out in my Instagram story every Monday. That'll be for the @DusNasTran Instagram account. Make sure to follow me on Instagram @DusNasTran, and that's Sports Guy Talking. Also, go follow me on Twitter @DusNasTran. Again, go ahead and do those things that I just told you guys to go do. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed the content that was just produced. Peace out. I hope you enjoyed that video. Want more Sports Guy Talking, the home of great sports content? Make sure you click that subscribe button to get the latest from Sports Guy Talking. Go ahead and like the video, comment down below, check the description box on the video in order to follow my Instagram and Twitter. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from the YouTube channel, Sports Guy Talking.